Drumming for idiots. Well, I just like things simple because I'm a very simple person. I'm not calling anybody an idiot. Well, maybe myself, but basically, if you are starting to play drums or you've been playing for a little while, a couple people asked me to do maybe a demonstration on developing speed in your right foot. Well, basically, probably the best drummer to follow as far as, well, in many areas of skill, but as far as developing the speed in your right foot, John Bonham from Led Zeppelin. And his legend lives on despite his early death. And drummers follow him to this day. And his son Jason is living the legend quite well and playing drums very proficiently. But if you want to develop speed in your right foot, John Bonham is the one to follow in his techniques. He was very famous for triplets and incredible speed with only a single pedal. Now, whether you like Led Zeppelin or not, as far as the style of music goes, that's a really good way to develop the speed in your foot. Now, why would I want to even bother doing that? Well, even if you don't want to play John Bonham's music, there's still a lot of other intricate beats out there that involve a little bit more of a fancy footwork other than just going. You know, you want to be able to develop the speed in your right foot to maybe add a little flavor to your drum beats and play different variations of songs, etc. So basically the song that I was going to just do a quick thing on is the Immigrant Song. And I used to play this beat a lot, and because it really develops the speed and muscle in your leg and helps develop different skill. So basically the easiest way I feel to learn how to practice this beat, I mean, there's plenty of people that already explain it on YouTube and they are incredible drummers, but this is just a simple version that I have for helping understand it and just helping grasp it. Basically, break it down into individual parts. For example, you don't go to college and learn everything for the whole semester in one day. They break it out over the whole semester. Or even if you're in elementary school, it's a course of a whole school year when you learn everything. And the other thing I believe in is starting out slow. For example, if a kid was learning how to ride a bike, you wouldn't give them a big Harley Davidson and tell them there's the expressway, good luck. I think you might have a little bit more than a skinned knee at that point. You start out with a bicycle with training wheels and then work your way up, maybe eventually to the Harley Davidson. So the same thing with the beat. Now for those of you who are not familiar with the beat or just heard it on the CD or whatever, basically this is what John Bonham is doing. So I think you probably heard it before, and the song pretty much continues up until pretty much about 2 minutes and 30 seconds with that beat, with a few fills in between here and there, but that's the gist. So what is he doing? First off, he is using a single pedal. Second off, what the heck is going on? So let's break it down. What's going on with his right foot? Let's take a look at that. What he's basically doing is like a triplet, okay? So let's look at it real slow. This is what he's doing. A little faster. Okay, that's what's going on. So another variation of that to just start yourself off is, but you add the full beat to it, it's, just take it real slow at the start. That's how simple I teach. Da 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 da. That's all I do to learn. So it's da 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 da. I'm just hitting the side of the rim here for 2 and 4 on the snare. So da 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 da. And just keep doing that until you can speed it up. And just don't hold it for a few seconds. Try to hold it for a good 2 minutes. Why? Because that's how you develop the speed in your leg. And that's what you want to do. You want to develop the muscle so you can develop that speed. So basically we introduce the bass. Now the snare, we'll just start with a regular 2 and 4, okay? Then you add the hi-hat, which is an eighth note. Now when you get all that together and you're able to synchronize all of that, he adds a ghost note to the snare. So instead of just a regular 1, 2, 3, 4, it's more like. So add that to that, and then you have the full beat. Now, some recommendations I have: practice the beat at different speeds. Like when you're working out, sometimes you'll do faster reps, or sometimes you'll do slower reps to get that duration on the muscle. And it's good to develop your timing and your control and your muscle and your leg with different speeds. You could play slow. Speed it up. You could even change the timing on the hi-hat. Let's say quarter notes. You could do 16ths. Etc., etc. But you get the point. But the end result is going to be and try to hold it for a while. That's how you develop your overall strength, coordination, etc. And that's it. And then you could eventually start getting the speed up. And that's what you got to do in order to practice that beat. Good luck and go for it.